You're forgetting something, Doctor.
That.
My brother Mortimer.
Johnny, not tonight. We do that tomorrow, the next day, you know.
No, now, tonight.
Johnny, I need to sleep. I've got to operate tomorrow.
Yes, you'll operate tomorrow, but tonight we take care of Mortimer.
No, come, Johnny, let's go to bed.
Doctor, can't you see that it's not I've made up my mind?
Oh, yeah, I know that look.
It's a little late for us to dissolve our partnership now, Doctor.
Oh, all right. But we do it the quick way, eh? Like in London.
No. This needs to be something special. The Melbourne myth.
Oh, no. No, not that. 2 hours? And for what? That fellow in London was just as dead as the fellow in Melbourne.
We had to work too fast in London. This needs to be something that we will remember. We are doing the Melbourne method.
Remember? I wish I did it. No, not Melbourne, not me.
We're doing the Melbourne method.
No.
Where are your instruments?
I won't tell you.
The cellar. Where'd you hide them?
No, I won't tell you, Johnny.
Then I will find them.
No!
Don't do that, Mr. President.
But I cannot sign any proclamation without consulting my cabinet.
But this must be a secret.
Secret proclamation.
Yes, Japan mustn't know until they're signed.
Japan, those devils. I'll sign it right away. If you have my word for it, I'll let the cabinet know later.
Let's go and sign it right away.
You wait here. Secret proclamation has to be signed in secret.
But at once, Mr. President.
I'll have to put on my signing clothes.
Here, you go now, eh?
No, Doctor, I'm waiting for something very important.
No, you leave, quick.
Look, Doctor, I have nothing against you. You seem to be a nice fellow. Now, you take my advice and you get out of this house just as quickly as possible.
Trouble, yeah? You leave now.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Leave.
Look, things are going to start popping around here any minute.
Look. Johnny's in a bad mood. When he gets like this, he's a madman. Things happen. Terrible things.
Well, Jonathan doesn't concern me now.
Don't those plays you see teach you anything?
About what?
Well, at least people in the plays act like they got some sense. That's more than you do.
Do you think people in plays act intelligently? I wish you had to sit through some of the ones I have to sit through. Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. In this play, there's a man. He's supposed to be bright. He knows he's in a house with murderers. He's even been warned to get out of the house, but does he go? He stays. I asked the doctor, is that what an intelligent person would do?
You asking me?
He didn't even have sense enough to be frightened, to be on guard. The murderer even asked him, "You want to sit down?"
You mean, won't you sit down?
Yeah, believe it or not, that one was in there too.
What do you do?
He sits down. So there he sits, big dope. Man, he's supposed to be bright, just waiting to be trussed up. What do you think they used to tie him up with?
What?
The curtain cord.
Well, why not? It's convenient.
Too convenient. When are the playwrights going to use some imagination? The curtain cord?
He didn't seem to get it.
See him get it, he just sits there with his back to it. So, big dope just sitting there waiting to be trussed up and gagged. Oh.
I'll say you're right about one thing. That fellow wasn't very bright.
Now, Mortimer, if you'll allow us to finish the story. You see, Mortimer, I've been gone for 20 years. And in that time, I have never once forgotten about you. When I was in Melbourne, I actually had a dream about you. When I was in San Francisco, I had this strange sensation that you and I were once again in the same country. Yes, Mortimer, you brought me back here to Brooklyn. Now, Doctor, we go to work.
Please, Johnny, for me, the quick way.
Doctor,
Johnny,
we are performing for a very distinguished critic. This must be something to remember. Now, Doctor, we're ready for you.
I got to have a drink first. No, I can't do this without a drink.
Doctor, get a hold of yourself.
Well, when we came in here, that was fine. Well, what don't make it put that? Oh, here it is, Johnny. You need a drink too. You make it easier on both of us. Here, very much. I share it with you, okay? Here, Johnny.
Doctor, where are your manners? Yes, Mortimer, thank you. Thank you for bringing us back to Brooklyn. Doctor, to my dear dead brother. Damn that idiot! Teddy goes next.
No, not Teddy. That's where I shot.
I said Teddy is next.
Teddy don't go at all.
Now we've got to work quick.
Oh, good. The quick method.
Yes, the quick way.
Yeah.
Hey! The colonel has got to quit blowing that horn.
Yes, officer. Thank you. We'll take care of it. Good night.
There's going to be hell to pay in the morning. We promised the neighbors he wouldn't do that anymore.
We will take it away, officer. Thank you. Good night.
Well, I'd better speak to him myself. Where are the lights? Hey! You stood me up. I waited an hour for you at Civic. What's happened to him?
Oh, he was telling us about a play he saw tonight. This is what happened to the fellow in the play.
Is this what happened in the play you saw tonight? Gee, practically stole that from the second act of my play. What my second act? Just before the... Really should start at the beginning. It opens in my mother's dressing room, where I was born. Only I ain't born yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You've got to hear the plot. Well, she's sitting there making up, see? When all of a sudden, in through the door, comes a man with a black mustache. He turns to my mother and says, Miss Latour, will you marry me? He doesn't even know she's pregnant. She's lying there across the table, unconscious in her lingerie. The bad guy standing all over her with that hatchet. I'm tied up, like you are. The place is an inferno of flames. It's on fire. When all of a sudden, in through the window, comes Bear the Warrior. Hey, remember who paid for that? Go easy on it.
Yeah, man, I've been listening to you all night, ain't I?
Well, what's you think of it so far?
Well, put Johnny to sleep.
Let him alone. If he ain't got more interest than that, he don't get a drink. All right, it's 3 days later. I've been transferred and I'm under charges. That's because someone stole my badge. Oh yeah, I'm walking my beat on Staten Island, 46th precinct, when a guy I'm following, turns out, is really following me. Don't let anyone in. So I figured how I'd smart him. There's a vacant house up ahead.
Cut!
I goes in.
Cut! No!
I stand there in the dark. I watch the door handle turn. I pulls my guns and says, come in. Oh, hello.
What the world is going on in here?
Hey, Pat, what do you know? This is Mortimer Brewster. He's going to help me write my play. I'm just telling him the plot.
Would you have to tie him up to make him listen?
Joe, you better report into the station. The whole force is out looking for you.
Did they send you here for me?
We didn't know you was here.
We came to warn the young ladies. There's going to be a price to pay. The colonel blew that bugle again in the middle of the night.
Yeah, from the way been calling in about it. You'd think that the Germans had dropped the bomb on Flatbush Avenue.
Lieutenant's on the warpath. She says the colonel has got to be put away someplace.
Yes, yes. Chief, Mr. Brewster, I got to get away, so I'll go through the third act real quick.
You stay away from me.
Say, you know what time it is? It's after 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is, Chief, Mr. Brewster. Those first 2 acts, they went a little long, but I didn't see anything we can leave out.
You can leave it all out.
Hey, who in the world is this guy?
That's my brother.
The one that ran away? So, he came back?
Yes, he came back.
This is Brophy, give me the map. I better let them know we found you, Joe. Matt, you can tell the lieutenant she can call up the big manhunt. We found him. In the Brewster house. You want us to bring him in? Oh, all right, we'll hold him here. Lieutenant's on her way over.
So I've been turned in. I suppose you've heard about the reward too.
Reward?
And I suppose you're gonna split it with my brother. Well, you know what? If I've been turned in, I'm gonna do some turning in. There are 13 bodies down in the cellar.
What the hell are you talking about?
You better be careful what you're saying about your aunts. They happen to be friends of ours.
There are 13 bodies in the cellar. I'll prove it to you. I'll show you.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
13 bodies. Don't you want to see?
Oh, yeah.
Go on down to the cellar with him, babe.
Not sure I want to be in the cellar with him. Look at that face. He looks like Boris Karloff. Hey, Pat, give me my buggy.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
I come in.
What the hell are you officers doing
as himself, and I signed as next of kin.
Well, where's he going?
Well, he's going to Happy Day.
Well, I don't care where he goes, as long as he goes.
Oh, he's going, all right. Now, about those 13 bodies in the cellar.
Yeah, those 13 bodies in the cellar. It's not enough that all the neighbors are afraid of him, and he's disturbing the peace by blowing that bugle. Could you imagine what would happen if that cockeyed story about 13 bodies buried in the cellar got around? And now he's starting a yellow fever scare. Cute, ain't it?
Yeah, 13 bodies in the cellar. You don't think anybody would believe that story, do you?
Oh, you don't know. People are just dumb enough. You don't know what they're going to believe sometimes. In fact, about a year ago, there was this crazy guy that started a murder rumor over in Greenpoint, and I had to dig out a half-acre lot just to prove that.
Would you excuse me?
Good morning, Mortimer.
Good morning, dear.
This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's come to meet Teddy.
To meet Teddy.
Mr. Witherspoon is the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh, come right in. This is Captain.
Lieutenant. And I'm so glad you're here, Super, because he's going with you today.
Today? I didn't know that.
Not today.
Well, look, Elaine, I've got some important business that came up. You run along home and wait until I call you.
Nuts.
I had no idea it was this immediate.
The papers are signed, and he's going today.
Complete insubordination. You men will find out I'm no mollycoddle. When the President of the United States is treated this way, what is this country coming to?
There's your man, Super.
Wait a minute. Mr. President, I have very good news for you. Your term of office is over.
Is today March the 4th?
Practically.
Oh, well, let's see. Oh, now I go on my hunting trip to Africa. I must get started immediately. Is he trying to move into the White House before I move out?
Who, Teddy?
Taft!
That's not bad. That's Dr. Gilchrist. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh! Bully.
Taking you on a safari.
Yes, take me on my safari. When they arrive, tell them to wait. Goodbye, Abby. Goodbye, Aunt Martha. I'm off to Africa. Isn't it wonderful? Charge!
Good morning, darlings.
Oh, my, sorry we have visitors.
This is Lieutenant Rooney.
Oh, how do you do, Lieutenant? My, you don't look like the fuss fudge at the police station.
Lieutenant's here. You know, Teddy blew a bugle last night.
Yes, we were going to speak with him about that.
It's a little more serious than that, Miss Brewster.
And you haven't met Mr. Witherspoon. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh, Mr. Witherspoon, how do you do?
You come to meet Teddy.
He has come to take Teddy.
Well, darlings, the police want Teddy to go to Happydale today.
Oh, no, not while we're alive. It's got to be done. The papers are signed, and he's going with the superintendent today.
But we won't permit it. We want to separate from him.
The law is the law, ladies. Teddy has committed himself, and he's going today.
Well, if he's going, we're going too.
Yes, can't separate us from Teddy.
Well, why not?
Well, that's sweet of them to want to, but it's impossible. You see, we can't take sane people at Happydale.
Mr. Witherspoon, if you allow us to live with Teddy, we'll see to it that Happydale is in our will. For a very generous amount.
Well, the Lord knows we could use the money, but I'm afraid.
Ladies, let's be sensible about this. I have a lot of work to be done, and you're wasting my morning. You know, there still are murders to be solved in Brooklyn.
Yes. Oh, are there?
Yes, and it's not just the bugle blowing, and all the neighbors afraid of him, but things are just going to get worse. And then we're going to be put to the trouble of digging up your cellar.
Our cellar?
Yes, your nephew's been telling around that there are 13 bodies buried in your cellar.
Oh, but there are 13 bodies in our cellar.
If that's why Teddy has to go, you just come down to the cellar with us and we'll prove it to you.
There's one, a Mr. Spinazzo, who doesn't belong here and who will have to leave, but the other 12 gentlemen are ours.
Well, I don't think we should trouble the lieutenant going down into the cellar. You were just telling me last year you had to dig up a half-acre lot, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, you won't have to dig here. The graves are all marked. We put flowers on them every Sunday. Flowers? Don't you have room for these ladies, Superintendent?
Well,
Well, you just come right along and see the grave. Take your word for it, lady. I'm a busy woman. How about it, Super?
well, they'd have to be committed.
Well, Teddy committed themselves. Can't they commit themselves? Can't they sign the papers?
We'll sign the
Why,
papers.
certainly.
Yes, with the penny, yes. Who are they?
Coming around, Lieutenant.
Well, get them signed up, Superintendent. I want this all cleared up. 13 bodies.
If you'll sign right here.
I'm really happy to be going. The neighborhood here has changed so.
Just think of front lawn again.
Oh, we're forgetting something.
What's that?
We're going to need the signature of a doctor.
Oh, doctor.
No, I've got to go now.
No. We have some papers for you to sign. You come right over and sign these papers. Why, last night I thought the good doctor was even going to operate on me. Right here, doctor. Here.
Were you leaving now, Doctor?
Yes, I think I must go now.
Is Jonathan going with you?
No, I don't think we go to the same place.
Oh, I'm glad to see you. Stick around, eh?
Oh, I'm going to.
Matt, Lieutenant Rennie. Got the guy that was wanted in Indiana. Now there's a description over there on my desk. Over there on the corner of my desk. Read the description to me. 54, 170 pounds, 5'7", German accent. Poses as a doctor. Thanks, Matt.
It's all right, Lieutenant. The doctor here has signed all the papers.
Thanks, Doctor. You really done what
Mr. Brewster, you sign here as next of kin. Yes, that's fine.
So that makes everything formal. Everything legal?
Oh, yes.
Why, darlings, you're safe now.
When do you think you'd be ready to start?
Well, Mr. Witherspoon, why don't you go upstairs and tell Tabby what he can take along?
Upstairs?
Well, I'll show you.
No, Jonathan. Mortimer, you stay here. I'll show him. Just go upstairs. Yes? To the left. Yes.
Well, Mortimer, now that we're leaving, this home is really yours.
Yes, we want you to live here now.
Oh, no, darlings, this house is just too full of memories for me.
But you're going to need a place to stay when you and Elaine get married.
That's very indefinite.
It's nothing of the kind. We're going to be married right away.
Oh, Mortimer. Mortimer, there's something we're very concerned about.
Why, darlings, you're going to love it at Happy Day.
Well, that's just it. We know we're going to love it. We just don't want anything to go wrong.
Will they investigate those signatures?
They're not going to look at Dr. Einstein.
Well, it's not Dr. Einstein's signature. It's yours.
You say you signed as next of kin.
Why, of course.
Well, there's something we've been meaning to tell you. And you're an adult, and it's something that Elaine needs to do as well. See, Mortimer,
night.
Oh, well, in that case, I should think you'd want to get to bed right away.
Well, I do.
One moment, Witherspoon. Take this with me.
We're not gonna need the wagon. My car's out front.
Oh, Jonathan, are you leaving too?
Yes, he's going to Indiana. There's some people there that want to take care of him for the rest of his life.
Well, Jonathan, it's nice to know you have some place to go to.
We're leaving too.
Yes, we're going to Happy Dale.
So this house would seem the last of the Brewsters.
Unless Mortimer wants to live here.
I've got a suggestion. Why not donate this place to the church?
Oh, we never thought of that.
Well, don't you think it should be part of the cemetery?
Come on, let's get going. I'm a busy woman.
Well, aunties, I can't get any more where I'm going. At least I have the satisfaction of knowing that neither can you. So at least we can live 12 to 12.
Come on, get down here.
Oh, that Jonathan makes me so mad. Oh, go ahead.
I wish we could show him he isn't so smart. Does your family live with you at Happy Dale?
Oh, I have no family.
Suppose you consider everyone at Happy Dale your family.
Oh, I don't think you quite understand. As head of the institution, I must keep quite aloof.
Oh, that must make it quite lonely for you.
It does. My duty's my duty.
Well, Martha. Well, if Dr. Witherspoon will have breakfast with us, the least we can do is get him a glass of elderberry wine.
Elderberry wine?
Oh, yes. We make this ourselves.
Yes. Of course, at Happy Dale, our relationship will be much more formal. But here, you don't see much elderberry wine nowadays. I thought I'd had my last glass.
Oh, no.
No. Here.
The police officers, and Mr. Witherspoon. Einstein and Jonathan. And VanDerMoere. Elaine and Mortimer. Joshua and VanDerMoere. Abby and Martha Brewster. Tonya Johnson and Tamara Bingham. And our master carpenter, Mike Swayze, who built this wonderful set.